Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. That's a mouthful of a title, isn't it? The producers could have saved themselves a lot of flack, time and energy if they just named this film what it really should have been, and that was Harley Quinn. Just saying. Hey up guys, so today's film that I'm going to be reviewing is Birds of Prey, which is a spin-off sequel to the abysmal yet profitable film Suicide Squad, and this film is centered around the standout character of Suicide Squad, one Harley Quinn, who is played by Margot Robbie. She's got her own film. The title may say Birds of Prey, implying this film is about multiple characters, but after you've seen this film, it just makes you realize how even more ridiculous the title is, because it really is a Harley Quinn solo film with a bunch of other characters that come into it later. The film is certainly a feminist vehicle because the majority of the characters are women. It's directed by Cathy Yan, who's a woman, and also directed by Christian Hodson, also a woman. So already that's a giant positive thing to say about the film, is that it's progressive and women are center stage, both in front of the camera and behind it. So yay! This film is set X amount of months after the events of Suicide Squad. Harley Quinn and the Joker have broken up. This is actually the most bombastic breakup movie I think I've ever seen. But now that Harley Quinn is no longer the Joker's little monster, she no longer has immunity from the worst crime lords in the city. Lots of people have beef with Harley, including club owner and mob boss Roman Sionis, played by Ewan Mcgregor. He wants to see her dead, but Sionis offers Harley Quinn protection if she can retrieve a diamond that was stolen from him by this pickpocket called Cassandra Cain, and she is played by Basco. There's also some subplots involving one of Sionis' club singers called Black Canary, who's played by Jurnee Smollet-Belle. God, I hope I said her name right. There's a cop on Harley's trail called Rene, who's played by Perez, and a crossbow assassin who's known as Huntress, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's out for vengeance. Eventually, all their subplots converge at this fairground, and these unlikely ladies team up and become the Birds of Prey. So, what did I like about this film? Well, first of all, this is leaps and bounds better than Suicide Squad. But saying that, the bar was set ridiculously low with Suicide Squad, so this film really does somersault over it. The main word that I would use to describe this film is fun. It's fun. Fun, 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 fun. It's very eccentric, hyperactive, fast-paced, and colourful. Margot Robbie, once again, is the best thing about this film. She is perfect as Harley Quinn. She's unpredictable, she's bat-crap crazy, she can do funny, and she can do emotional. Sometimes at the same time. Like, there's a scene with an egg sandwich, which is probably the scene I will remember most when I look back at this film because it's absolutely insane. But you'll see what I mean. The action scenes are fun. There's that word again. The jailbreak scene where Harley busts into a police station, all Terminator style, but with a beanbag gun, is brilliant. The roller skating car chase sequence was creative and exhilarating, something I haven't really seen before. And the production design was really neat as well. Harley Quinn's flat, Sionis' club, and the funfair Funhouse were all particularly eye-grabbing, and I love practical, unconventional sets, and this film has an abundance of them. As for negatives, the supporting characters needed more fleshing out. Black Canary is the only supporting character with enough screen time to have an engaging character arc. I really liked the character of Huntress, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but you only got her in small doses, and all her character development was like given to us in bullet points. As for Officer Montoya and the pickpocket Cassandra, I didn't really feel any emotional attachment to them. They didn't really get too much to work with. Also, Ewan McGregor as the villain Sionis, aka Black Mask, just felt like a generic baddie to me. I love Ewan McGregor, and when I saw him in the trailer for this film, I was really excited to see him play the villain, but he's about as deep as a puddle when it comes to characterization and motivations. He's basically just a misogynistic, violent, cruel megalomaniac who wants a diamond. He wants money and power. That's all surface stuff, there's no nuance. Side note, I've just remembered there was this really random scene in the film where Harley has this Marilyn Monroe fantasy where she sings "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend." My quick question for you guys today is, was there anybody else that thought Moulin Rouge when they saw that scene because of Ewan McGregor and how diamonds are a girl's best friend? Was it just me? I would love to hear from you. Anyway, weak characterization is a sign of an undercooked script. And then there's Hodson's structure of the film, which I didn't fully appreciate. I can see what she was going for because Harley Quinn is the unreliable narrator of the film, and because she is such a nut job and her thoughts are so scattered, it makes sense that you can sort of jump back and forth with the events of what happened in the film. It feels scattered, like the thoughts of Harley Quinn. I get what she was going for. My problem with it was that she didn't commit to it all the way through. The film jumps back and forth, telling segments of the film in and out of sequence, and then about halfway through, the film just turns back into a typical linear structure. It just leaves the latter half of the film feeling very different from the first half. It's almost like two different films. I do applaud her for trying, but I think the script could have used a few more rewrites just to really flesh out the ideas that she wanted to present, and also flesh out the supporting characters. But I'm more forgiving of the faults of this film because I was quite entertained watching it. I like the banter of the ladies, the action was cool, and it has a pop-tastic soundtrack. The film even ends with Kesha's song Woman playing, and I have a real soft spot for Kesha. I kind of loved it. So let's ask the 3 questions. Number 1, would I watch this again? Yeah. Question number 2, would I recommend it for you guys? Yeah. The word I use to describe this film is fun. You'll have a fun time watching this film. It's very disposable, it's entertaining, it's nothing groundbreaking, but yeah, I would recommend it. And question number 3, what score am I going to give it out of 10? A few script issues, some underdeveloped supporting characters, and a so-so villain. Nonetheless, it is still an entertaining film, and I would say this is a female-driven superhero film that both men and women can enjoy. So I'm going to give Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn a score of 7 out of 10. I was absolutely certain I was going to muck up the title then, but I'm so proud. But there we go, guys. That was my review of Birds of Prey, or Harley Quinn, whatever they're calling it now. But as always, this is just one bloke's opinion. I want to hear from you guys. Have you seen it? What do you guys make of it? Be sure to let your voices be heard in that comment section down below. If you guys want to follow me on any social media, Twitter, Instagram, all in that description down below. If you like the channel, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Harefield, and I'll see you next time.